Well, this video has been a long time coming, I won't lie. But finally, we're here. Welcome back to DCC Sodor, everyone. Today, we're going to be looking at Beau again. But this time, Beau's got a little bit of a twist. That's right, he's got DCC and sound. So, the typical Bachmann 440, the new tooling at least that Beau is based on, has a DCC ready chassis. There's a 21-pin plug in the tender and even a speaker. Of course, Bachmann did not do that with Beau. Still have absolutely no idea why they decided to re-engineer that part of him, but they did. But of course they kept the operating headlight. So I decided I was going to change that, and I was going to put a decoder in Beau. Apparently, as I found out, easier said than done. The decoder now sits in the boiler here, and only the speaker is left in the tender. There's no, and then there's the pickups in the tender, but otherwise everything is in the boiler. It wasn't really much. I didn't want to add any weight or anything here, because if I'd have done that, he would have been really front heavy instead of the weight being over his drivers. So I figured putting the decoder there wasn't such a bad idea. But I will say that it was a struggle. First thing I did when I opened up Beau was found out how much of a mess it was in there. There was wires everywhere, and I wasn't sure where each wire went. Well, I thought that Bachmann had conformed to NMRA standards and used red and black for the pickups and gray and orange for the motor wires. Well, they hadn't. Sorry about that. Anyways, they had not used NMRA colors, and I ended up blowing the first decoder. So when I realized that, I bought a second decoder, swapped everything out, and then the speaker didn't sound very good. And I couldn't figure out, it was so quiet. I'm looking, I'm like, everything's wired correctly. I thought it was a bad decoder, and I swapped out the decoders again. I got a third decoder, only to find out that there was a resistor in line with the wires that I had used for the speaker, because that had originally been for the front headlight. Once I figured that out, I jumpered that out, and now everything works great, and he sounds really good. I'm really impressed with his sounds. But of course, that's just a generic whistle. I didn't want to use the whistle from the show because they always had his bell ringing when he whistled, and that's just not right, and I didn't like that. It does have some voice lines from the show.
Hope you won't be late for whatever it was you were in such a rush to be getting to now. Happy trails! They sure do talk funny.
Oh, not that one.
Oh, it weren't nothing. Well, would you look at you? No wonder you're lying in the dust, cowboy. This is not the Wild West anymore. There's a speed limit for a reason. Well, would you look at you? No wonder you're lying in the dust, cowboy. This is not the Wild West anymore. There's a speed limit for a reason. Break down, Crane! Break down, Crane! You sure do talk funny.
All right, well, that's Beau. So let's get him running quickly and see what it looks like on the layout. Of course, he does happen sometimes to get stuck on the plastic frogs on the unit track.
They sure do talk funny.
All right, so that's Beau. I'm still trying to figure out why he's a little herky-jerky like that. I think it has to do with the coreless motor that they used. It's just the way that ESU sets up their back EMF. I think it kind of fights with the coreless motor a little bit, so we'll work on that and get him running pretty smooth. But otherwise, I'm pretty impressed with, I'm actually really impressed with the sound quality on this from the little speakers. They're just little 16mm speakers that I got off of Amazon. There's a pack of 4. And I have no idea what I'm going to use the other 3 for, but I'll figure something out. So anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and be sure to stay tuned for more videos in the future. Actually, by the time this video comes out, I'll have already done the my overview of the announcements of what has come from Bachmann for the NMRA. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you all are as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Well, would you look at you? No wonder you're lying in the dust, cowboy. This is not the Wild West anymore. There's a speed limit for a reason.